Today I'm going to be deleting the EGR on my 2011 F-250. The kit I got is from No Limit. It comes with the pass-through plate. And before you get started, start spraying the EGR pipe bolts with PB Blaster. I'll show you the ones that are important, the ones that come off the exhaust manifold down there. I don't know if you can see that. There's one on this side of the pipe, and one on this side. And a lot of people say they break. Just spray them down like a few days before, and then when you go to break them loose, have the engine hot. And luckily for me, they seem like they broke loose pretty good. And what I used to get that out was just a normal ratchet with a doubled up extensions to get down there with an 8mm. And to get to this front bolt over here, through here, you need a swivel adapter because it's kind of tight. You can't really get a straight shot at it. But with those, it's pretty simple. Alright, so once you've gotten that done, go ahead and disconnect both the batteries and start by removing the intake. There's one clamp back here, one clamp back here. This, you just pull this red tab out, push it down, and pull it out. Disconnect all these hoses out of those little clips, and then pull the intake. Alright, I forgot to mention, you got an 8mm there, and right there, that holds everything on. And then all those hoses you just unclip from the intake baffle, whatever that big thing that sits here is. Okay, so next you want to start draining the radiator. So to make it easier, I took the headlights out. The little plastic thing that goes right under here, that. And it makes it a lot easier to get to. Take the headlights out, you got one 10mm there, one there, and two more that go into there. And then you get that out, it's a 13mm there, and then a 10mm there, and that's the same thing on the other side. It just pulls right out. And I believe this is for the, not the main radiator. Right here is the valve right there. I put a little 1/4-inch hose on it, lead it down to a bucket to make it easier. Alright, so once you got that drained, you can go ahead and pull this hose right here, that was connected right here, off. And then you put your new hose, comes down, around, and connects right here. And I pulled off this hose. It came down around this area, kind of down where this one went. It was zip tied to here. You pull that out, and it comes down around. You just disconnect it with a normal hose clamp. Alright, so now you gotta take this T apart, and you gotta connect this one and this one with this straight barb fitting. Should come in your kit. And this one's the one that goes to the EGR cooler. You don't need that, you know, you're gonna be pulling that off. Alright, so that's what that looks like connected. Now you're gonna be removing the short pipe that goes from there to there, and then this long pipe that goes from that one right down there. But I'm having some issues with getting the bolts out. One of them broke off. Let's see. Right here. So I'm gonna try to extract that after I get the other bolt off. What I'm doing is I'm working it slowly. I'll do a couple turns, and then I'll spray it with this, let it sit for a little while, and just get it out slowly. Just take your time on these. Don't do what I did. I rushed it, and now I gotta worry about getting a bolt out. Now let's pretend that I got that pipe out, and you'll take the 7 bolts holding the cooler down. There's one right there, one right there, one right there. There's 2 along the sides, one right there, and one back there. I'm not sure if you can see it. It should be obvious though once you look at your truck where it is. And then there's, let me get up here one second. One right there. One back there. I don't know if you can see it. Behind the bolt that bolts down the manifold right there. It goes right there. Alright, so I got it out. Then I'm still working on that. Hopefully I get that done soon. I got the No Limit flow through plate, and then the block off. That's blocked off, and then as soon as I get that off, I'll be putting, let's see, this in it. It's the EGT I pulled out of the DPF. I pulled it from right there, but I gotta get that other thing off first, the pipe. And to get that out, you just bring it up and forward. It's really in there, it's jammed in there big time, but it's doable. And also, when it's in the truck, it's gonna sit like this, you're gonna look at it like this. You gotta reach your hand back up in here and loosen this nut right here. It's 10 millimeter, and there's like a bracket that hooks on in between it, so you don't have to take it all the way off, but you just loosen it up a little bit and you can pull that bracket off. Alright, so I got that the longer pipe out. As you can see though, that's snapped off in there, so that's the next thing I'm going to work on, getting that out. Hopefully I don't have to drill and tap it. Alright, so I got that issue resolved. See, I ended up having to drill it, put one of these in there, that way I could use the M6, I believe it is, by 1.0 bolt. And I just used the ones that came with the delete kit instead of using the regular bolts that I have issues with. So that's in there, and pretty much just top up your coolant, and you should be pretty much good. And hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Just didn't really see anything online that made me feel too confident, so I figured I'd make a video, hopefully explains it a little better. Alright, thank you.